Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final round on Arena, this lovely weird map that reminds me of Scrap Station. Spawning in the top position, we have... Oops, that's not it. Team Herald's Chase! Lovely, lovely. And in the bottom spawning position, in the blue trunks, Team Herald's Esports, FateinVoid! I've always wanted to say that name like that. So, this map is ridiculously short. You have a walking space right here, which leads you directly into your opponent's base. So, we can very much expect both players to play very, very aggressive. I do not expect macro play coming from either of these people. Yeah, there we go. So are we getting a natural spawning? I think we might be. Chase is opting for the dangerous play of not having a spawning pull down from the word go. He is getting a hatchery first instead, which works. There's no reason why you can't do this on this one. And okay, I will eat my own words. I am eating my own words. They are both going for macro. Well, shut me down and call me Timothy, because I was wrong. Maybe this is just the Diamond League stigma, because every game I play on this map ends up being cheese and or very quick aggression. But that might just be because I'm in Diamond League and these are Master Leaguers, so they know how to play macro. Or at least I would certainly hope so, having watched their previous games. But yes, the Scouting Overlord moving into Fate's base, seeing all that he wishes to see. Does he see the second... Does he see the second one? Oh no, he's not seen the gas yet. He hasn't seen the gas yet. So, he doesn't know... Or is he moving back? Is he going to see it? No, 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 no. That's a very indecisive Overlord there. Very indecisive Overlord indeed. We've got a third coming on the way from Chase already. So they're basically playing as heavy macro as you could possibly get. I feel very silly having said that there's nothing but aggression coming. Okay, he's only seen one of the gases so far. He might not be aware. Ooh. I get the feeling we might be seeing some Dark Templar very soon. Let's see what happens. If he were to spot this second gas, he might get an idea that there might be something cheesy coming, because he doesn't even have his cybernetics core down, and there are 2 gas already, which is very telling of a Dark Templar shrine or High Templar. But with the position that this probe is in, it makes me think that it's very much likely going to be a Dark Shrine. He is banking gas quite heavily. He's probably just looking for that, the required gas supply for that. Oh no, it's a robotics facility. I am just getting everything wrong so far. I do apologise greatly. But you know, with the way Protoss play, you can never tell. So what we're going to see from this robotics facility, I can only assume it's going to be to get the adepts in there a bit quicker and to hide it from Chase. What else do we have going on here? So, Chase is currently getting metabolic boost. I don't think we have any indication as to... He's still only on 1 gas. And even that 1 gas only has 1 drone in it. So I get the feeling he's playing very, very heavy on the economy. Spore Crawler's going down, maybe expecting some kind of airplay or just as a precursor. Right, so FateinVoid is getting aggressive. He's proxying his 2 barracks. Jeez, this is not a Terran. His 2 gateways and his robotics facility to keep them out of the sight of Chase, and hoping to get a surprise attack incoming soon. Because we will see very quickly a warp prism on the way, and on top of that, oh, he needs to keep those Zerglings out. He needs to keep the Zerglings out. He's seen it now, but what will he be able to piece together? If we see a Overlord moving out to try and scout for any proxy pylons, then he might be able to prepare himself. But as it stands, the attack of Fate is going to start ramping up very, very quickly. Very quickly indeed. And we can see now that Chase is moving out with his initial Void Ray. He might be using that as a deterrent just to say, hey, look to me, I'm harassing, and then come in with one massive swoop of an attack. I don't think this is going to have in anything in terms of upgrades, but there are 4 queens out already. Oh, and the mothership core has gone down. That has just reduced a lot of the effectiveness of what aggression Fate might be trying to do. And Fate is now producing a shed load of zerglings and roaches to try and hold this off. Whether he can tell if there's another major attack coming outside of this is yet to be seen, or whether this might just be the complete attack. Either way, that initial harassment was shut down, and he is now warping in even more adepts in hopes of doing more damage, which I do not see this working. I just do not. He needed a more concise attack with a bit more dampening, because as there were no roaches on the field, he would have benefited greatly from having a immortal in the mix here. However, with that not being there, the immortal is here. However, it's completely separated from the army, so it's not giving any benefit to the attack at all. Now joining the army, we might see the aggression doing a bit more damage, but as it stands, that warp prism is getting a little bit low into the below the shields. And I do not feel as though Fate is in a position to win this at the moment. He can pull back and try to macro out of this, but Chase is already 9 workers ahead of Fate, and that is not a good standpoint to be in. I mean, naturally Zerg will be ahead in terms of an economy at this stage just for having how much he beasted the macro. But we have one more attack coming from Fate, and this is reminding me heavily from the first map. However, the attack is a little bit more concise this time. We might see that this attack works a little bit better. But not if that warp prism goes down. He gets that warp prism out there with the littlest bit of health left. Now this attack might still work. He still has those 2 immortals up, and Chase is now pulling back. Chase is now pulling the drones. If Chase does not push this attack back, he might still fall here. Fate is doing a great job at pushing forward here. He needs to keep warping in units, and he needs to keep an eye on where this army is. He cannot afford to let any of these Zerglings get across into his base. He has these a nice wall off here, which will stop anything from coming in. But is he going to let those spawn? He might be. Yep, there we go. And they've now. Oh dear, that might not have been the wisest of the things to do. But it still seems to be working. Fate is pushing forwards with a great amount of aggression here. There is not much left on the field for Fate at all. Fate is now being pushed back and is being forced to pull his second line of drones. Chase is going to quickly drop in the supply. He is now below Chase in the drone count, or the pro worker count even. Fate may have done this. Chase has almost nothing left on the field. I think Fate did it. Fate is now greatly outdoing Chase on the supply gap. And there's the GG! Chase fell to Fate. Fate moves on to the next bracket, and we will see what we do for the next game. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next game, guys.